Does everybody see me and hear me? I need a sound check here. Check, 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 check. Do they hear us, Bob?
I can't tell yet.
Okay.
Nobody's telling me that you can hear us.
Well, it says that we're live, so we'll see how that works out.
Can somebody tell us if you can hear us, please?
John, can you hear us? Yay! They hear us.
Yeah, I'm not getting that.
Hi, Helene.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Susie. Hi, Barb. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Gidget. Laura. Peggy. Yay! I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Joy. Owling Dog Design. Hello, Noble Donna. Doranda. I'm recognizing these names. Tammy, Rita, Sheila, Laura, Natalie. I'm excited too, Susie. Texas, Linda from Texas. Yay. Hi, Linda, Blanca, Janelle, Sheila. Wow. I'm so happy you're all here. This is exciting. And of course, I'm here with my Barb. Of course. Oh, hi, Bright. It's Bright, Bob.
Hi, Bright.
Hey, it's Bright. Oh, your daily dose of happiness. Oh, you're so from Iowa. Oh, my daughter's in Iowa.
Oh, look at Dedham.
Dedham.
We can wave out the window.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, I'm so glad you're all here. You live in a school bus, Linda? Awesome. Azibo? Azibo? Did I pronounce it right? Rebecca from Alabama. Whoops. Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
Oh, you are?
That's our moderator.
Yeah, the moderators.
The moderator's right there.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah, I don't know why you're not on live. You don't see any. No, there's 60 people on. Just try to find it. Go into my channel. Go into live and then click on it.
Hang with us, ladies.
Okay.
We're amateurs.
Somebody's here from England. You got it? 4 chickens, 2 dogs, and a kitty. All right. In a school bus? Was that the same school bus person? So my son is moderating, and he was just having trouble getting on. So, we're winging it here. Right, Bob? We're winging it here. We were just sitting, eating dinner, and she's just like, are we going to, practice something or something? I'm just like, nah, let's just wing it. Right? I know, Susie, you are patient. We're going to wing it. Okay, he got in. Good. So my son is going to be the moderator. So everybody be good, because he's going to whip butt.
Okay. So I don't have anything on here since Nancy.
Oh, that's because I think there's a delay.
Okay.
Yeah, because you only have 40 people. I have 72.
Well, la-di-da.
Oh, okay. So, hi, Jan. Oh, I'm so happy that you enjoy my channel. I'm so happy. I'm so happy here right now. This is awesome. Okay, so we're totally winging it here. Okay. I don't want to not. I have trouble with keeping up with comments.
Yeah, and I'm not getting them on my phone, so I don't know.
But see how they keep disappearing? This is what happens to me.
Yeah.
So you just if you got to touch the screen and they come.
Because last time I was
Hi, Jeanette and Deidre, Asti and Joel. Okay, so we're going to talk about that book now. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the book. Oh, it's a commercial.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me.
She's watching another channel. She's watching another channel. Bob's. She's watching YouTube.
So I am technically challenged.
Oh, join the club.
And
join the club, Bob.
So,
hi, Louise. Hi, Spring from Maryland. Oh, yes, Laura. Yep, we're looking forward to New Hampshire. I figured that you were. Bob and I were saying that today. We were like, is Bright in New Hampshire? I think she's in Florida still. So we were wondering if you were going to be there. But we'll see you soon. We'll see you. Can guys join the book club? Of course. I don't see why not. Do you see why not? No. Nope. As long as he's a nice man. Under one sun. Oh, are you getting the comments now?
Now I am.
Oh, good.
Now I am.
Oh, good. Is this being recorded? Oh, yeah. I think it live streams automatically record, and then as soon as we're finished, it automatically uploads to.
Oh, Lulu.
What?
We have Susan from Hawaii.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Hawaii meetup. Ooh.
A Hawaii meetup.
Ooh.
Ooh la la. All right, we gotta get serious here.
Sorry.
We got some business to take care of, and once we have the business taken care of, we can open it up. If everybody still wants to hang out and have a little chat, we can do that. But let's hold the chat section for a bit. We're not going to look at it because we're going to present this idea that Bob and I have been working on. So I find in my spiritual journey, I find spiritual literature to be very, very helpful for me to just to help find the God in me and to feel the presence of something much more powerful than me. It makes me feel, it makes me feel smaller. And the smaller I feel, the happier I am. It's just the way it's worked out for me. And it's about understanding to my capacity on what spirituality is, how I nourish it, how I mature spiritually, and I love all my favorite pieces of spiritual literature. I find that stuff really helps me. Some people like to go to church. Some people are very active in their churches, and this is not this is not a religious group. We're not talking about religion. We're not talking about specific religions, although you could feel free to talk about your religion as it pertains to just spirituality in general, because I like hearing about it, all of it. But we're not promoting any religion. I've also learned over the years that I find it much more productive to not just read these wonderful readings, but to also talk about them and almost study them, opposed to just reading them, but actually reading, studying. You read them in a whole different way when you imagine yourself having a conversation with somebody later about what you've just read. You just read it different. You take it in. You just drink it. You just drink it up, right? So this is what I do, and what I do is I know I've shared on my channel before that I'll be in the back of my van saying, oh, I gotta study my little verse today. I'm gonna get on my book club, and people have been saying, oh, what's that club? Can I join that club? And I'm like, well, it's kind of a closed group at this time, and we're we're already halfway through the book, that kind of a thing. And so enough people have said it that I thought, why not start a book study group within this community? Because this is an amazing community. I've been just amazed at just amazed what has happened over the past 6 months. It's just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It has nothing to do with my channel being successful or not. It just didn't even feel like my motive. This community just makes me smile. I just love it. And I thought that there would be people here that perhaps would be interested in joining me. I'm not making any money here. There's no fees, no dues. It's just I grow spiritually, you grow spiritually, and we grow spiritually together. In my experience, more powerfully. So, Bob, do you have anything to add to that?
I think that the term that you were struggling with was reflecting.
Reflecting.
That you read in this case, it will be reading each verse, reading how he reflected on it, and then throughout the week reflecting on how this verse affects your life.
Yes.
And I think that each person, it's going to affect their life differently, and they're going to have a different perspective. And the older I get, um, I love getting other people's perspective because um, that's how we grow. We get we get stuck in our ways of thinking, and this is, I think, going to help us to open up our minds a little bit. And geez, maybe, just maybe, we can think a little bit differently, and then we're going to be happier, and we're going to be better, better lights out in this world. My big thing is being a light. I wish to. There's so much darkness, and I wish to be a light. And I think changing our thoughts and being happier, and I think it will help us shine our light a little bit brighter.
That's beautiful, Bob. And like we read what Wayne Dyer wrote, which is, well, actually, first it starts with Lao, who wrote 81 verses of the Dao de Ching. This is just a translation of the Dao de Ching. There's many uh, translations of the Dao de Ching, which is ancient, I think 2,500-year-old, I'm not really sure, text. Just 81 verses, 81 verses on different subjects. And they're all practical things. Practical. This is a very practical book. So what Wayne Dyer did was he went away for a year. So he went to, I want to say, was it Maine? Some little cabin, a cabin. Or maybe it was Hawaii, because I think he was from Hawaii, wasn't he?
Ooh.
I think it was Hawaii. I'm not really positive, but we'll get to that. We'll confirm that. So he went to a cabin by himself for 1 year. He went. What he brought with him was the Dao de Ching. Hawaii. Okay, 25. He brought the 81 verses of the Dao de Ching, and he brought several already existing translations of the Dao de Ching that other authors have done. So what he did was he was going to go for 1 year. There's 81 verses, so he spent 4 days on each verse. And the first day, he read the verses. He read the verse of the Dao de Ching from Lao, and he contemplated, reflected. The good word, Bob. Thanks for finding that word for me. He reflected and he reflected and he reflected. And then the next day, he read all the different interpretations of other authors that interpreted that verse, because it's very old English, not the easiest to interpret. So that's why there's been so many interpretations of it. And then what he did, then he just went and just walked around and went on big long nature hikes, and he just sat in the thoughts of that subject, whatever that subject was. And then the fourth day, he wrote his own interpretation. Some of them are like 2 pages, some 3, but they're very short. So this is very manageable to study and read with somebody, because you just do one verse at a time. It's just a small amount of reading, but it's big stuff in small portions. And that's what he did for a year. And at the end of the year, he had his interpretation of the Dao de Ching, and he named it "Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life." Because you know something? Everything I think is how I'm interpreting the world. And if it's unpleasant, my life is going to be unpleasant. And I'm going to be, like Bob says, you want to be a light. So if I change my thoughts, I can change my life. And if I'm in a more pleasant space, I'm going to have a more pleasant life, and my life will be changed. And it says also living the wisdom of the Tao. So, and the Tao is spelled T-A-O, and it's pronounced Tao, like D-O-W. So
There's a couple.
oh,
So somebody said also the passages can mean something different to each one of us at different times in our life.
exactly.
Excellent point.
So not only, so not only is Wayne Dyer interpreting, we're all interpreting. We're all interpreting. I may be interpreting interpretations, because if you read these verses, they're a little difficult to understand. But you know something? Some people with some just real depth and the special gift of really getting into that text and dissecting it. They've done it for me, you know. So I'm going to interpret my interpretation of Wayne Dyer's interpretation because it's easier that way, you know. So the book is called "Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life: The Wisdom of the Tao." Do you have anything else, Babs?
Yes. So Rita says processing what you've read helps to absorb the information in a more meaningful way. Absolutely.
And you know, and then I'm telling you, when other people are sharing about how they've interpreted it, and a lot of times it's like, oh wow, you know something, I just felt this in my life this week. This is what happened. And it might be just a short story to say, like, this is where I was doing this, and I could have thought of it this way. Wow. So not only does that person, like, a light goes on, but everybody that's listening, a light might go on for somebody, maybe not for others, you know?
You know what? We're kind of ahead here because somebody just said, "Is that the book we're going to read?" I mean, we didn't even
Yes.
I
I'm
guess,
just telling about the book right now.
so yes, this is the book that we're planning on reading.
And we're gonna go through this is the book, the one I keep holding up. And this one is going to be the one that we're going to study together as a group. Whoever is interested, two people minimum, 100 maximum. Unfortunately, because I want to do this on Zoom, I think it's important to see everybody's face when we're actually speaking and interacting with each other. I don't want to be on stage here, me and Bob on stage, and everybody else just doing comments. I want everybody. The book is Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life, Living the Wisdom of the Tao. Okay? So I'm going to talk about how we're going to get started and what we imagine. I just want to really talk about the book a little bit right now. Just give me a moment. So these are a list of the 81 verses, and I'm just going to throw some out. I'm not going to read all 81, but like living the mystery, living creatively, living beyond the ego, living in the flow, living humility, living without attachment, living without striving, living naturally, living calmly, living by natural law, living without force, living in simplicity, living wholeness, living by melting into harmony, living peacefully, living by decreasing, blah, 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 living by letting go, living by thrift and moderation, um, living by being here now, living by emulating the sea, living without sickness, living without enemies, living with no fear of death, living like water. Do we always say that, Bob? We're always like, we're going to live like water. Living your own utopia. That's just, I probably said about a third of them. I just picked them. So those are the different verses. So what they look like is this. So here's the first one. So here's the verse. This is the verse of the original verse of the Dao de Ching. And then this is Wayne Dyer's interpretation. And it's 1, 2, 3 pages, 4. This one happens to be 4. So here's verse 2. And then there's 1, 2, just a few pages. And so anyway, so that's the plan. This book. Okay? So
There's also an audio book if you're I don't know, people who have Audible or some of those things. There is an Audible book. This book those of you who may have Libby, which is an app for your phone, which is a library that you can get an app on your phone called Libby. At least that's what it was in my library. And I'm sure you can get it through the Libby app. So,
Yep, you could do that. But I'll make a suggestion that there is just nothing like, look at some of my pages are like this. I've got notes, I've got things circled, I've got things highlighted, different colors mean different things. And I like to have a hard copy. It's kind of like my Bible, So, so the way that the format would look is that okay. So the launch date, Bob, July. Do you remember?
we've talked about this 100 different times and have had 100 different dates.
I have CRS. Remember? I can't remember shit.
We're coming back the 19th.
The 19th.
We're coming back the 19th, so it's the next Tuesday after.
Oh, after Quebec, because Bob and I have two plans. We have our New Hampshire trip. We have our Quebec trip. So we are afraid that we're not going to have good internet. So we decided to have it the following, and it's going to be Tuesday evenings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? Yeah, see, now Bob and I, our book looks different. Bob, hold up your book. Our book looks different, but it's the same book. It's just a different edition. Same book. So whatever you get, there's only one. So whatever it looks like is the right one. If you can get, like mine's a hardcover, hers is a paperback, grab the paperback if it's a little cheaper. Hey, try to find it. Go on Amazon, and when you find the book, a lot of times it will say used, and you can click on used, and you can get them for a few bucks. And sometimes it will say in excellent condition, in very good condition, in good condition, in fair condition. Has some highlights, so you might want to, it will say exactly. So get your books that way too. That's a good way to get used books. And whichever one, same book. So what we're going to do is, if you're interested in joining and being a part of this, it's not a commitment. Like if you join, like it's not like if you don't show up, that's your own problem, because we're all going to be here growing spiritually. If you don't show up, you don't have to tell anybody I'm not showing up. You can't make it. You're going to miss a verse if you don't show up. Or some people, a lot of times for these groups that in my history, in my past, people sign up and they're interested, and you end up with a lot of people, and then you end up with just a handful, because some people just aren't in it for the long haul, and then there's other people that are hungry for it and stay. So however it works for you. Or it might not be the book that moves you. It's the book that moves me, and it's the book that I recommend to people. So what's the date? What's that date, Barb? That Tuesday after we get back.
Excuse me, but
Now don't get fresh.
My calendar is back out in my van.
Okay.
I live in a van.
She's in my driveway, living in my driveway. Oh God, we got 3 vans in the driveway. It's hysterical. I got a van life in my driveway. Okay, so we're getting back from Carol's on the 19th, right? So it's the 25th, Tuesday the 25th.
Okay, Tuesday the 25th.
Tuesday the 25th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And be very patient with us.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is, Lulu's been in book clubs and I have not. Oh, well, yes, I was in one. Be patient with us, and we might have technical difficulties. I guess there were some people who were someplace else waiting for us, and we weren't there. So, we'll get better at this as we go along. So,
yeah, I don't,
25th. Someone says, did you say July 19th for a start date? Nope. We said July 25th now for a start date.
Tuesday. It's going to start Tuesday, July 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay.
Oh, somebody's birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
No. The 25th is.
Oh. We'll sing that, David. I was like, why aren't you singing? I thought you'd sing with me.
No. Well, and somebody else wants a book club dance, so it was
Oh, of course.
my request, book club dance. I don't know. I don't know if they're saying they want us to dance at the end of this.
Oh, I think at the end of every
or-
at the end of every session, we should all dance on Zoom. A Zoom dance party. Why not? Okay, all
somebody
right,
said,
yeah,
"How are you going to
okay.
pick the 100 people?"
All right, so this is what we're going to do. What I want you to do, if you're interested, I want you to send me an email. And we have an email address that's all set up for this. My moderator is going to put it in the chat section right now. It's called Lulu's Way Book Study Club at gmail.com. You got that in there, boy? Lulu's Way, no apostrophe. You can't put an apostrophe in all one word. LULUSWAYBOOKSTUDY at gmail.com. My son just put it in there. And he'll put it in there from time to time throughout this this live stream. So what you do is you email that email address and you say, I am interested and I would like to participate. And then, so remember, Tuesday, July 25th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every Tuesday thereafter. Okay? Same time, same place. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to create a master list of everybody that's interested, and that is when we'll see if there's more than 100. Okay? So if there's more than 100, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Somebody said, "How do we know if we get into the top 100?" We will. You will have your email on there, and we will email you back.
Yeah.
So, and then what we're going to have is we're going to have like a little format, and so we'll kind of email that to you. We've been working on the format.
Yeah, we have all the details format. So other than the time and date in the book, I could pick the first 100, but what's going to happen is people will probably, I don't know, maybe I can get a Zoom room with more than 100 and it will just cost me more money, but I don't care about that. But I just got the basic Zoom thing and I can have up to 100 people. So perhaps I can look into getting one for more. If there's more, I really don't want to leave anybody out. But let me just say something. There is no way that 100 people are going to be able to share. Okay, so that is going to be something that that we're going to have to manage.
Okay, they're asking for the email again.
Oh, okay. Can you throw that up again, John? Lulu's Way Book Study Club at gmail.com. No apostrophe in Lulu's because you can't put an apostrophe in an email address. gmail.com. There it is. Yep. So I'm going to wait and see how many we get. And then once I get your email address and I create a group, then I can communicate with you all with everything. This is what we've done about the 100 problem, or there is no 100 problem because there wasn't 100. You never know. So just because there's 196 people on here right now doesn't mean that there's 196 interested. And also, just because there's 196 right here doesn't mean that people are not going to watch this tomorrow, the next day, and the next day and want to sign up. And then there'll be 500. I don't know if there's going to be 500, but I wouldn't mind 500 people listening. If there's 500 people interested in growing and spiritually maturing and just wanting to just be a happier person just by just releasing some fears and some just uncomfortable and unpleasant thoughts just by, and then you know what else I imagine? This is what I imagine. I imagine is that we're all on Zoom and everybody puts in their name and then in parentheses the state they're from or the country they're from if they're from another country. And wouldn't it be great to see people on here from your state, like-minded people. See, this is how we make friends. So in van life, we make friends. We have this in common. We're out in the vans and stuff. And then you have this in common. And I just feel like, there's people that are not doing van life, but crave community like this. This is what I'm sensing from comments that I get, that people are, perhaps not able to get out in their van right away because they either don't have a van or they're not, their health doesn't provide the opportunity for them to travel. But you know something? There's just like, there's just, there's people here that we can all be friends, outside of this Tuesday night thing, so hopefully we'll get to know each other because people will share. So how do you get on Zoom? Everything will be through this email. I will tell you everything that that we as we go along. Now remember, you need to remember this. We're in the process of creating something that we've never done before. It's kind of like, let's just do it anyway. Let's do it anyway. I'm going to send. So I just saw somebody that said, how do we get on Zoom? I'm going to send a link. Now I got a Zoom. I use Zoom all the time, but not as an administrator. I've never had an account, so I need to learn that. So I know that I'm going to send you, when I have this master list, I'm going to send you a link and a password. So that means click on this link and then it will ask you for a password. If you don't have a Zoom account, you'll need a Zoom account. And all that involves is going in Zoom. Here in the US, it's zoom.us, zoom.us. And then it will say, create an account. And all you have to do is put in a username and a password. The end. That's all you have to do. It's free. And then you'll be able to click on the link. Were you going to say something?
Interesting. A reader just told us that states, my book will arrive by July 5th from Walmart. Amazon is sold out.
Ooh! Okay, Walmart's got them.
That's a great, thank you for that. We appreciate it.
Good.
All help is appreciated. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So somebody's asking about the duration. So we are kind of planning 6 to 7-ish. We're kind of thinking an hour, and then depending upon how many people are signed up for this, then we'll decide how many minutes each person can speak. So there's a lot of questions that we don't have the answers to yet because we don't know the number of people. So what we would like, or what we envision, is everybody reading the verse, contemplating it. And there was a really great post here. I'll get back to that, remind me. But so everybody will read it and they will come prepared to the book study on Tuesday evenings at 6 o'clock. The expectation will be that people will have read that verse, they will have thought about it, and then they may or may not decide to speak. And we'll get into that about how you do that. We're writing that. That's been written into the instruction sheets that people will get emailed to them. And if you want to speak, fine. If you don't want to speak, then you'll just be there. People are asking if it will be recorded and people can go into it later. I don't know about that. I don't know if it's possible.
I know you can record on Zoom, but I don't know that, only because I find that in sharing on these verses, sometimes people, and myself included, and other people in the groups that I've been in, people want to share really some personal things, and you may not want that recorded. And not everybody wants to be recorded. Not everybody just puts their whole freaking life on the YouTube, So I don't know about that. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say if you miss it, you just miss it, and then you just come back. If you have to miss, then you come back for the next week. It happens in my studies all the time. Like, can't make it this week. Some people can't make it. You're traveling. There were times I couldn't make it because I was traveling and I didn't have internet. Now, there's another thing, because I travel, okay? And sometimes we're in some places that we ain't getting internet. But you know something? As you know, as somebody that's, I guess I'm going to drive out on Tuesday nights, and we'll just go to a library somewhere, to get some Wi-Fi, because we were going to do it in Quebec. We were like, let's start that week, and she's like, we're going to be in Quebec, and I was just like, I wonder if we'll get internet in Quebec, and I'm like, I mean, I know they have internet there, but I'm like, is it going to be? It's going to be on a lake, and I'm like, is it going to be internet? And I was just like, let's just make it when we launch this for the first time, let's not be in another country. How about that, Bob? Huh? We were like, let's be in our own country. So we just thought that would be safer, So, if anybody's having trouble getting the book, uh, I would say don't go to just Amazon or don't go to just Walmart. Just do a basic Google search. There's probably used stores that are also on Amazon. Check where it says currently unavailable, but look over on the right-hand column and see if you can buy it used. Try the used, because people that sell used books, they sometimes go through Amazon. So try that. So how is this? I'm going to tell you that it's probably going to take about 5 weeks before we feel like we're in a groove and we have a good format and a good system. Okay. You got to give it time. Don't expect to show up and have it all run smoothly, because that's just not the vibe here. So I don't know. I don't know. What I'm envisioning is, if there's, just say there's 100 people. If there's 100 people on the line, if everybody took 1 minute, and 1 minute just isn't enough. It seems like it needs to be about 2 or 3. If there's 10 people for an hour, then we each get 6 minutes. You know what I mean? So we just have to figure that out. But if there's way more people than time, then well, either way, what we're going to do is, on Zoom, you can hit raise hand, and a little hand comes next to your name, means I've raised my hand, I want to speak, and it goes in the order of which whoever clicks on it is at the top of the list. So the way that I envision it is like, when you get into Zoom, when you come in and show up at 6 p.m., you come in, raise your hand. First come, first serve. Come in, raise your hand. You're right in line. And then I'm hoping that people want to be in line. I'm hoping that people aren't shy and they want to, that they want to. Hey, Bob, can I steal some of this fan? I'm going to put the fan on me too. I'm sweating.
It's her fan.
I know, but I had it pointing on you because you were hot. This is two post-menopausal women.
So the other thing is that, it's very possible that there won't be 100 people.
Yes.
And so people could just join, be there, and not say a word, because I think that, believe it or not, my former self would have liked to just come and be there and soak it all up, and probably wouldn't participate. So I personally, I would
okay
like
too.
people to have that opportunity as well, because putting yourself out there isn't always the easiest. So.
Yes, and it could be that the first 20 or 25 verses, you're just listening and trying to get comfortable with participating, and then then eventually you'll come in and put your hand up. But there'll be people that put their hand up that want to share on it, and just say, basically, these are the questions you want to say to yourself. When I read this, what popped out at me? You might want to just talk about one sentence. When I read this sentence, I thought, wow. And then why did it wow you? And you can share with us, so it can wow us too, So then there's going to be people that just listen the whole hour. Well, how amazing is that, to just listen the whole hour? There might be people that want to speak, but their hand wasn't up. The hand wasn't up soon enough. So you just got to listen. You got to listen that week, you know? And so, yeah. Anything else, Bob?
Yes. Somebody said here, Kindle. Kindle. Somebody said Kindle. I just got mine instantly. So that's obviously another option is to get a Kindle. Those of you that have Kindle to get it on Kindle.
Yeah.
Then there was another question about something else on here. We're not. Please don't feel like you're being ignored. Right now, we're just going to deal with the book. We're hoping that if people want to stay after that we've talked about the book, that we'll stay for a little bit if people have questions after this. But right now, we're going to stick to the book. So you've been heard.
Yeah.
You're not being ignored, and I will try to get back to that question later.
Yes.
Somebody said they just ordered it on Thrift Books.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. So that's really awesome. Another person, I really loved this person who talked about she would read it and study it and then journal it. So
nice.
that's another nice thought.
That's a good thought.
People might
that's
be
what
able to do.
That's what I think about when I think about all my notes all over the place on all my pages. Most of my pages look like this. That's the way I journal. I'm a mess. Some people have pretty beautiful little journals and stuff, but
Amy, I might be behind here, but you said you tried to email. It said invalid email. John, can you put that up again? And
maybe
Amy, let us know if you got through.
Maybe you can cut and paste. If John puts it through, maybe he can. Maybe you can cut and paste it into your. Thank you, John. So,
wow, everybody, just
I know
this is overwhelming, and just I know this is the star right here,
no.
but we're just so happy that you're here, really, from our hearts. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you. Everybody's time's important, and it's very humbling, and I'm very grateful that you chose to spend your Sunday evening with us. Thank you.
I know.
Really. I'm going to get teary now.
I know. And you know something? Let me tell you something else. So I meet this one on the road, okay? I meet her on the road, and instantly we knew we were on this kind of same vibe. It's a vibe. We weren't saying God this and God that. There's a sense. And I was like, I just knew it. And I could tell like she's hungry for it and I'm hungry for it. And then we ended up going for some hikes. We had that in common. And we both eat very, very, very healthy with no exceptions, with basically no exceptions. We just basically we eat the same. And we were just like, are we the same person? And people ask us if we're sisters sometimes.
Yeah,
people say
a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that.
So
one of my other friends just said to me, she watched. She's known me for several years, and she just watched one of our YouTube shows that we did together, and she just said, "You two are two peas in a pod."
We are, and I knew that she had this vibe, and I knew she had this hunger, and we have had so many long, meaningful discussions. We talk about different spiritual literature. We talk about Wayne Dyer. We talk about Marianne Williamson. Who else are we crazy about?
You're better about knowing the authors than I do.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm like really getting pretty. So I'm getting pretty big into. This is going to throw people way off, but I'm starting to get into A Course in Miracles with Marianne Williamson. So that's really fun. It's really fun. I'm enjoying it.
She's an amazing speaker. I love listening to her speak on YouTube. If you go to YouTube, Marianne Williamson, A Return to Love, it's her doing speaking, and she's in a church. So it's she was just using the church. She's not a preacher or anything, but she is just so well spoken. I just love her vocabulary, and I love how passionate she is. She's good. She's good.
Oh, so Grandma Lulu,
Grandma Lulu!
Lulu has a question. Approximately how many weeks or months will the book study last? Well,
It was
guess
81.
what?
Yeah, there's 81 verses. There's 81 verses. So the very last verse of the book is there's an epilogue too. Yep, 81. 81. Living without accumulating. That's the 81st verse. And
So that's 81 weeks.
81
folks.
weeks. And is everybody going to be here every week? Probably not. Maybe not me either. And I was going to finish my story when I said when we met and we were like-minded and we just really enjoyed and we really connected on this spiritual level. And we were talking about that. It was just like, we got to do this together, because when she opens her mouth, I grow. When I open my mouth, she grows.
True story.
Yeah. And it's just like, we need to kind of, and everyone knows Bob because she's in so many of my videos. I can't get rid of her. She's in my driveway. I'm going to have to call the cops, get rid of you.
My Velcro friend. I hate Velcro. She hates Velcro. My Velcro friend, I can't get rid of her. I keep shaking her off. She keeps sticking.
She pulls up in my driveway and I'm just like, yay. So
the book club. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm reading these and I'm being rude to you.
No.
I apologize profusely.
Rude to me? What are you talking about?
So is the book club meeting weekly? Yes. So 81 weeks.
81 weeks. Actually, more than 81 weeks, because
the preface.
We'll do the preface.
And we're going to start. The first week is going to be the preface.
No, the second.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Second week is the preface. The first week, what I thought is we would create some space for technical challenges, and also to create some space for introductions. If people wouldn't mind doing that, I thought we could each kind of just unmute and say, yeah, we can be Wayne's girls. Wayne's girls. Kind of like Charlie's Angels, but we'll be Wayne's girls.
But prettier.
How much?
And wiser. Wait a minute.
Freeze!
Look at me. I'm blushing like crazy.
So then what we'll do is we'll do some introductions. Just let's have a week where we maybe work out some kinks, because I hate to take a half an hour of technical difficulties and then miss a verse. We're not going to do that. We can't do that, because every verse is so good. We need the hour for the verse. So in order to get some time to iron out the kinks, what we'll do is we'll do the first week on July 25th, Tuesday, July 25th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom, the link that I'll send you. Everything should be clear. And then if it's not, just email me for clarity, and then we'll just we'll do all our communication through there. So you'll always get your questions answered. Right up here, not really sure, because they're kind of flashing and we're going here, but we'll try.
Somebody said, I don't know how to Zoom.
Yep. So basically, you're going to need to go into zoom.us. It's going to say log in or sign up. So you want to create an account. Then it will say username and password. Put in a username, put in a password. The end. Free. No money. You just put a username and password. Stay logged in. Your computer will keep you logged in all the time. Then when I email you the link to get into my Zoom room, the one that I own, that has my user ID, meeting ID, and my password, which will all be in the email, you just click on the link. But you're going to have to remember the password. So write that down. That will be in the email too. And so then you just put the password in, and boom, you're in. And that's where we'll take some time to show people how to be in Zoom, how to you'll see everybody on the screen, but I don't think you can show 100 people on a screen at a time. And then you can see, I'll explain to people how you can put your your name in there. So your name shows up. Just your first name is good. Your first name is good. And if you want to share the state you live in parentheses next to your name, that'd be great. If you want people to call you because you'd like people to call and you want friends, you can put your phone number on there if you want. It just comes right under your picture, or it can just be your name. Also, I'll show you how to what you do to raise your hand when you want to we're going to raise hands. So this will be like the first week will be kind of an instructional thing. Let's get comfortable in Zoom, all of us, because I've never facilitated anything like this. So the first time I get on with all of you will be the first time for me, and you got to be forgiving. You got to be like water, right, Bobs?
Thank you, everybody. Everybody, I love this group of women, and this
I know.
I'm gonna just my perspective from reading the comments on our channel. I'm just really impressed with how supportive everybody is of each other, because people are asking questions and you're helping each other, and that's exactly what we hope to foster.
Oh, they're answering questions for each other?
Yeah, which
I
is
love that.
it's wonderful.
Yes.
Somebody has asked a couple times about checking our email, like now, to see how many people have gone on here. No, we can't do that right this minute.
Yeah,
we're not that technically advanced. So
I don't know if I can do two things at once.
So bear with us. We will be getting in touch with you. So just please be patient, and thank you for your enthusiasm and wanting to know that like right away. But we're just not able to do that right now. So I'm sorry, but we just can't.
Yeah, if it doesn't go through, you'll get an email back. You'll get a kickback that says undeliverable if you made a mistake.
Oh, look at this. Yes. I hated Zoom meetings when I was working, but I'm so looking forward to this.
Yay!
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Nobody has to work. You just have to be, and just, you have an opportunity to share some of you with me. I share myself with you all the time. And once in a while, I get comments on my channel and people tell me their stories, whether it's about their van or their what they ate today, I made this today, and I love hearing about your life. So hopefully we can just, on a really deep, meaningful level, we can all get to know each other better. And I'm looking forward to that. Aren't you, Bob?
I is. Hi, Tracy from New Zealand.
Oh, Tracy from New Zealand.
How humbling that somebody from New Zealand is watching us.
So for you on Zoom, it wouldn't be Zoom US, Zoom.us. I don't know what it would be, but maybe you already have Zoom.
Do they have Kiwi Zoom?
Kiwi Zoom.
Isn't that what we call you? New Zealand people? Kiwis?
Are they Kiwis?
Is it, am I like off the wall here, or I don't mean to be insulting. I hope I'm not.
Oh no, Kiwi isn't an insult. Kiwis are sweet. So, John, want to put the email again? Put the email again. Somebody's scrolling up to find it. So maybe just don't even wait for me to say put it up there. Maybe every 10 minutes throw it up there. Why not?
Oh, somebody's here from Revere.
Revere? Oh, I used to hang out on Revere Beach back in my day. Oh yeah, I got lots of trouble down there. Especially at Kelly's. God bless me, at Kelly's.
Traveling with Hibiscus Rose, currently traveling. I'm late to the party. Welcome to the party.
So everything that you missed, you'll have to go back and listen. We can't repeat all this again. But anyway, that's the story. We gotta be like water, go with the flow, so Tuesday on the July 25th, we're going to, somebody's from Hull. I love Hull. So the first one, we're going to do some introductions. We're going to work out the kinks. We're going to give anybody, and if anybody can help each other as well on Zoom, and just learning how to learning how to use Zoom. If you've never used it before, it's easy peasy. It's all, if you create an account, just like YouTube, you create an account, you watch videos. That's it. So you create an account, and then you Just click on a link and get into Zoom. I will give you the link. You don't have to find me. The link is just boom. You just click on it. There you have it.
Illinois.
Illinois. I drive through Illinois every time I go see my little girl over in Iowa.
Cohasset.
Cohasset.
Car camper in Atlanta in a Honda Civic. You go, girl.
Yeah. Jacksonville. I just saw her Jacksonville. For some
New
reason.
Jersey.
Wait. Oh, see what happens? Look at Bob. See, now I have it, but if I take my finger off my iPad, it goes away.
Well, stop touching it.
No, I have to touch it. Yeah, that's how I get it to come back. Listen to her. Are you on my side? Jesus.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Hey.
Yay.
So anyway,
Fort Collins, Colorado. I was out there 3 years ago. Loved it out there. It's beautiful.
Yay. Yes, we'll work things out. Rose. Prime Rose.
Hot as a double hockey puck. I love it, love it, love it. Connecticut, excellent.
Yay.
Oh, somebody's in the Badlands. Oh, no, going to the Badlands next spring. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. The Badlands are wonderful.
Rhode
You will love
Island.
it.
We're going to Rhode Island in September. September, we're doing a little road trip to Rhode Island.
I was just in Rhode Island a few days ago, actually.
Wow.
Oh, another Rhode Island. Yay. San Diego.
Oh, San Diego.
I went to San
Wales,
Diego.
UK.
Yep.
Yay.
Yay. Andover, New Hampshire. Yay.
Yay.
Absolutely. Nova Scotia. You went to Nova Scotia. Well done. Well done.
Manhattan.
Yikes. Yikes.
Minnesota.
I love New York City, but only to visit. I'm such a country girl.
Oh, I've been to New York City a few times.
Minnesota. Absolutely. We would love to.
Salisbury. Oh, you're from Salisbury. Salisbury
UK,
Beach.
and it's late. How late is it there, Jane?
5 hours. 5 hours later.
Sorry. I didn't know she knew.
Yeah.
A shout out from Indianapolis. Okay, so is now the time that if people want to ask you questions,
Yeah.
that we can open it up?
I think we're done talking about what this is about. I think I've been thorough enough, but perhaps not. So if I miss something, we'll figure it out. Once I have a list, once I have a list that I can put together of people that are interested, then I can communicate in very simply one email to a pile of people, easy peasy.
Sally thinks she missed most of the live. If you want information, send a little note. Just say, I missed most of the meeting. I'd like information, and send it to...
No, this will be posted on YouTube. She can just watch this.
Oh, never mind what I say.
Yeah, as soon as I click out of this live stream, it just automatically posts to YouTube. So you can watch it right from the beginning to get all the information you need.
Patricia Speakman would like to join the New Hampshire camping trip coming up. So can we tell the story about our little camping trip coming up? So on Tuesday, we are going, you sent out an email for that too?
No, I have people email. If you could email me.
Right.
You email me at, go to my channel and go into the About section, the About tab, and there you'll find my email address, which is different from this book study email address. And email me your interest. That's what people have been doing. There's about 22 of us.
And that is women only. For the guys that are here, that is a women only thing. No, I don't mean to insult anybody or step on anybody's feelings, but I do want the women to feel safe, and so that's for women.
Yep. So yep, just email me on my email address on the About section, and I will tell you everywhere where we're going to be, what site I'm going to be at, and people have just been booking sites. It's not a meetup. It didn't start as a meetup. It was just like Bob and I got a site, and then Lorraine got a site. So Lorraine's going to be with us. And then Bob, you said it. she said, why don't you mention it on your channel and see if anybody wants to come and book a site? And I was just like, yeah. So I thought, how can I do this? I said, I'll just say it's in the southern New Hampshire area. I don't want to just say where I'm going to be, but people need to email me if they want the information. So people have been emailing, and people are booking. They're booking campsites. So it's like I don't have like a group site or anything. Just one thing you must know: you must bring your umbrella because the forecast is not looking good for the next week. Although that can shift, so we'll just think if it shifts, it shifts. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But we're going anyway. Right, Bobs? We're going to bring the umbrella.
So if somebody's asking what are the dates, we are going on the 16th and staying 3 nights. And the
16th. We're going the 27th.
27th. What the hell do I know?
Oh, the 16th. That's Quebec.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm so
it's a good
sorry.
thing we have each other.
I'm so sorry.
No. It's so funny how like you helped me
this
with
Tuesday.
You helped me with my mistakes.
2 days.
And I helped you with yours.
In 2 days from now. So today's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm retired. I don't know what date it is. So
it's the 27th to the 30th.
So we arrive the 27th. We leave the 30th.
Yeah. So we're going. We're gonna check in on Tuesday. The 27th at 1 p.m.
I think it's 1 to 8 is 10 is check in.
Friday we're checking out at 11 a.m. I think is 11 a.m. is check out.
So just if anybody is going to join us. Just a little backstory on this is basically this started as a scouting trip. The 2 of us were going to go because one of your subscribers suggested this particular park. And so I couldn't quite remember. I'm kind of from that area, but I couldn't remember it. And so this was actually a scouting trip, so that we could look at this particular place and see if it was suitable for a meetup. Does it have a pavilion? Does it have this? Does it have that? So we were starting this as a scouting trip. And then we just and I said, well, we can always just tell people that that's where we are going to be. And then people can book their own sites if they just want to drop by. So we have absolutely nothing, nada planned.
And we have no idea if it's even a good play. We know nothing. We just booked the site there, and you're there too. Hopefully the rain holds out. Hopefully, if it does rain, it's sporadic and it's not constant, because that would suck.
But we met at a spur of the moment thing that Lorraine put out. So hey, maybe this will be a place where just a bunch of us like-minded people will meet, and we don't know what's going to come from it. We're just being like water,
being like water. Yeah.
But
and something, and God bless her, because I was just like, I don't know how to do a meetup, and like, I don't know how, what do you do? And she's just like, everybody does something good. God gives us all special talents. and hers, she was just like, I'll do it for you, Lulu. She's such a good friend. She's a good friend. She said she would do it for me. She was going to come. She arranged, she found it. She was the one that noted that somebody said it on my comments, and she looked into it and Googled it, looked into it, and said, Lulu, this is what we should do. We should go look here, and then what?
Blanca says, I just got the book from Walmart for $4.62. It will be here tomorrow.
$4.62. Wow, that's a smoking deal.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude and interrupt you.
No, I'm just saying that. I'm blessed that that she just kind of took the reins and said, let's do this. Let's find a place to have a meetup for you, Lulu. I'll take care of all the logistics. That's what she's going to do for me. And then also with this book study, you were like, let me help you. I was just like, yeah, because she's like, I don't want you to just have to be in charge of everything and think of everything. And she goes, let's just share it. And she's just a blessing.
Do you have any plans to do any of the Route 1 trip with Jan from Butterfly Tracks. So I'm going to answer that. And so number one, I personally have no plans on doing that trip with Jan. I am up here in Massachusetts probably until the beginning of November, and then I'll be going back to Florida. But Route 1 is phenomenal. I have lived up where she's starting. I lived north of Caribou, and she's starting in Fort Kent. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I think it's going to be a phenomenal trip. At the rolling meetup thing that she's doing along Route 1, I think it's phenomenal. What a fabulous idea.
Yes.
And Jan is going to be with us this coming Tuesday
In New Hampshire.
In New Hampshire, she's
from
coming
Tuesday
there,
to Friday.
so-
Jan will be
so,
there
yeah.
too. So that will be amazing. She's going to be a couple of sites down from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it possible that, when she gets down south that I might meet up with her? Maybe. But what about you?
Oh, this fall? Is that what it is?
Yeah, she thinks she's going to start. She wants to start in the fall, fall colors, October,
Yes.
and then travel Route 1 the entire way.
No, I will not be on that trip. I have another trip planned. There's a woman that lives in Arizona that I met on Van Life with Senior Women. I met her a couple of years ago. I was in Arizona. I was not in my van. I had flown in and I was in an Airbnb for a month, and I just spent a month in Arizona. It was my first time in Arizona, and my van was home, and I wanted to have my van with me, but I just didn't. I was still working. I didn't have the time to do that. So no, I wasn't still working. Why didn't I take my van? There was a reason, and I can't remember. I had a rental. I had a car rental, and I was there for a month. But I wanted to meet with van people. So her and I met in Quartzsite. I said, I want to see Quartzsite. I just want to be in Quartzsite. So I went to Quartzsite, and she was there in her little minivan camper, and I was there in my rental. She stayed a couple of nights. I left. I just was there for the day. So we met that day, and we really connected, and we've been in touch ever since. So her and I are going to do, I'm driving down to Arizona. I'm going to leave here mid-September because she, in her opinion, October is the best month in Arizona for weather and stuff. So I'm going to leave here mid-September. I'm going to take the ride from Boston to Arizona. She's a little north of Phoenix. And then her and I are going to do a whole Arizona thing. We're going to do Grand Canyon. We're going to do Sedona. We're going to do Lake Havasu. We're going to do Quartzsite. And we're going to do Yuma, Flagstaff. We're just going to do all kinds of Arizona stuff. So we decided that we're going to do about 2 months. Like I'll be home by Thanksgiving, and then I'll be home for Christmas, Thanksgiving and Christmas. After Christmas, I'm heading down to Florida till April. So that's my plans.
Stephanie, John has put up the email. Actually, on my phone, it's like 2 headings above yours, and it's Lulu's Way Book Study Club at gmail.com. So that's where you send your email if you're interested in joining the book study. Somebody here lives in Quartzsite.
Oh,
and
really?
they'll be back there on Labor Day.
Oh, well, you know something? Well, if you watch my channel and you watch my travels, you'll probably know when I'm in that area, and just send me an email.
Here's another.
You can meet up in Quartzsite.
If somebody's not following all the comments, somebody just said they just bought the book for $9.99 on Google Play.
Google Play.
Let's
Google
see.
Play, is that an electronic version? Or is that a hard copy?
You're not really asking me, are you?
No, I'm asking the person that wrote it. I'm not asking you. No, you don't know. We don't know this stuff. But I'm curious what it is. I never heard of Google Play.
The Arizona mountains are nice in the summer.
Ooh.
DeLand, Florida. Do you say it DeLand or DeLand? I don't know, but DeLand is where we had one of our meetups, and that's where actually.
I think Jan Wheeler, weren't you there? I think you were there.
Yeah. So
at that name looks familiar. Were you there at Jan's meetup or Debbie
Debbie Jeans.
Jean's meetup? We've been to 2 meetups there. One was Jan from Butterfly Tracks. Yes, I was. I thought I recognized that name.
Yay!
Yeah, you remember Bob was there too.
We're hoping that will be in the winter as well.
Yeah, they'll do other ones. I bet Jan will, and I bet Debbie Jean will do another one.
Yeah.
Debbie Jean has a new Facebook group of she loves to put meetups together. She's so good. I don't know if she's here. Are you here, Debbie Jean? What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, she has a new Facebook group.
I was
It's
reading
called
your
Hippie Chicks. Hippie.
I don't know. You told
Oh,
Hippie Chick Click or something.
Hippie Chick Meetup Click. No.
No.
Hippie Chicks. Hippie Chicks? No, Hippie something.
Debbie Jean, are you on?
Are you here, Debbie
Could
Jean?
you tell us what your thing is? You know, I don't know.
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, Debbie is a good friend of mine.
Oh, do you know the name of her group? Can you post it here? It's
Hippie Chicks Click something.
Tribe. No, it's not a tribe. That's
It's
Jan.
a click.
It's a click. Hippie Chick something click. You were at the meetup too, Laura B.
Yay!
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 That was a fun meetup. They both were fun. But if you want to, if you're in the Florida area, I know Debbie Jean does a lot of meetups in Florida, and she just created this new group on Facebook. I can't think of the name of it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's on Facebook. Hippie Chick. Oh God. Lulu, just shut up. Forget it. You can't remember shit.
Yeah, we can go off on tangents and down rabbit holes just like just like everybody else.
Yeah, it gets really sad.
So some people are signing off, and so thank you for joining us, and thank you.
Jeff and Yvonne are going to be in the book club. Oh, I'm happy. Hippie Chick Camping Click. Yeah, there it is.
We almost got it.
Hippie Chick Camping Click. So if you go on to Facebook and you say request to join that group, then she will allow you in, and then you can see all the stuff that she's posting for meetups. And most of them will probably be in Florida, but I think she just had one in like North or South Carolina.
I thought it was in Georgia.
Oh.
I don't know. It was
somewhere
in the
around
southeast.
there.
It was in the southeast somewhere.
Southeast. Yeah.
I couldn't.
So
make
I think
it,
her meetups will be in the southeast. But I'll be whatever's posted on there in the winter. I'll probably be at them.
Camping Gals here from Maryland and have been following you for a while. Oh, thanks, Jeff.
What did Jeff say?
He thanked me for helping you.
Oh,
she needs help.
I do. I need help. I need all the help I can get. Oh, she's the best.
Let's see.
Oh, I'm meeting a friend in Rhode Island. My friend Robin. She lives in oh God. Jesus, here I go again. I can't remember what town she lives in. It's not Newport, but it's far from Newport. But not too far from Newport.
Rhode Island's a pretty tiny it's a pretty tiny state. Nothing's very far from anything in Rhode Island. It's a beautiful state.
Oh yeah, I'm just kind of
beautiful
forgetting.
State.
Yes, North Carolina. Oh, see, North Carolina, Georgia birder meetup. Did the birds.
Oh, somebody's in Idaho right now.
Idaho.
I have great memories of Idaho. My brother had like over 40 acres up there in Idaho. It was beautiful.
Oh,
it was
nice.
a beautiful. He let me shoot his black powder muzzle loader type rifle.
Oh, Jesus.
That's out on his 40 acres in Idaho. So yeah, that was a long time ago. Somebody wanted me the name of the book. This is it right here. It is.
It might look like hers. It might look like my. Give me. I'm going to hold them both up. It's going to look like either of those. Does everybody see those? Does anybody see those backwards? Because
No.
I see them backwards.
No, they see them
Oh, they
frontwards.
see them right? Okay.
Yes.
Because look, we see them backwards. Isn't that
But
weird?
remember how the camera reverses the image just like the eyeball does?
I know, but I just thought maybe it would be like that on the screen too. Those are the books. It will look like this, or it will look like this.
Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life by Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Living the Wisdom of the Dao de Ching. Let me tell you what Dao de Ching means. I'm going to tell you what Dao de Ching means. It's in the preface. Oh, that reminds me. So after the first meeting, when we do introductions, work out the technical kinks and stuff, then the next week, we're going to do the preface. Then the next week, we'll do verse 1. The Dao de Ching. Okay, so commentaries on the Dao de Ching generally interpret Dao, T-A-O, as the way, W, capital W, the way, God. T-E means the shape and power. And Ching is a book. So basically, it's a book about the shape and power of God. Yeah, that's what it means. It's in the preface.
I have a good question for you.
Okay.
Thank you, Kendra. Thank you for your question. I have been on a weight loss journey. I have lost 52 pounds so far. I'm finding myself backsliding. Did you have this issue? And if you did, what did you do to push through? Yeah.
Well, Bob, you know something, Bob? Can I tell you something about Bob? She has almost the same story as me. Bob, about 2 years ago, turned her life around with food and her spiritual life. Bob, how much weight have you lost over the past? Was it 2 years or a year?
It's been 70 pounds.
70 pounds in a year or two?
I think it's about a year and a half because I'm doing it really slowly.
Slow and sure. Yep. So basically, we both can share on this.
Like 200 pounds almost between us.
No kidding.
Ooh, baby.
That's a big pack of pounds. That's a big ass pack of pounds. 70 pounds she's
backsliding, lost. Absolutely. I think that well, she asked you. You go first.
Oh,
please.
Have I ever backslided in my life in a weight loss journey? Hell yeah. And it never really ended well for me. When I backslide, I don't usually bounce back very quickly or very well. I lose that momentum and I'm screwed. So this time, I feel like I don't have any room for backsliding. For me, I'm not going to call it a backslide. That's just a pretty word for effing it up. And I can't do it. I can't do it to myself because the minute I start making food that doesn't serve me well and looking at it as a treat and just this once and all that stuff, you know what happens? You know, this smile and this bright light, it's lights out. It's like a shade goes down. It's like the shades get pulled. I don't want to pull the shades. I'm not pulling the shades. For some people, it's not so black and white. Like for Barb, I'm not going to speak for you, but if you've backslided at all and got back on, that's just not my chemistry. It's like not my DNA. For me, it's just, I need to keep my hands out of it. And what's really wonderful is that when you make this decision, it's kind of like, my van, how many times do I say, hey, I have a tiny van. Am I going to complain because I can't stand up in it? You know, why would I complain about that? Because I chose it. Okay, so I'm choosing this life, and I'm not going to complain about it. Like, I'm not going to complain about it, you know, because I get like the gifts that I get from my van being small are the gifts that I'm choosing. The gifts that I get by keeping my hand out of the cookie jar, not making exceptions, um, is it just it just is something I decided. And when I make the firm decision, then I'm not fighting it. That's it. If you're fighting, if I'm having a fight with something in my refrigerator, I'm just I'm just not focused on what true happiness is about because it's not in my refrigerator. You know, it's not at the ice cream parlor. It's just not there. So it's right here, right here. That's where I find joy and things like that. And just in my van and meeting great fun people and just uh, creating the life that I want. We can all do it. We can all feel a little stuck, but uh, I remember a lot of times it's indecision. It's being indecisive that some people. I can remember being indecisive, and I would be trying to make a decision, whatever it is, and I'm not making it. So now the options are always going in my mind, and they're going and going, and then I go and do something else, and then I'm right back to that thing again. And then one day I remember I was like, I said, I don't want to think about this anymore. I'm going to make a decision. So I sat myself in my chair, my favorite chair, and I said, I am not going to get out of that chair until I decide. I'm not getting out. I'm going to make the decision. And it was about uh, whether what some vacation I was going to go on, and it wasn't in the van. It would have required a plane ticket. And I was just like, I don't want to think about this anymore. Being indecisive is really hard, whether I'm deciding whether I'm going to eat something or not, or I'm going to get a tall van or a short van, or whether I'm going to go on a trip or not. So I sat down there. I said, I'm not getting up unless I either decide not to go or I book my air ticket. So I just sat there. And then I booked the ticket. And then I didn't have to think about that anymore. You know? So just think about where you're sitting in decision. Have I decided that I am going to take care of my body and I'm going to maintain this weight loss and that it means more to me than anything I could put in my mouth and chew and swallow? Is that what I'm going to choose? And then just choose it and then go move on and enjoy life. Easier said than done. Simple, but not easy.
Yeah.
What about you, Bob?
My journey, I have either been compulsively eating or compulsively dieting my entire life, and I have struggled with my weight my entire life. I was a healthcare provider and constantly felt horrific due to my weight. And so um, mine is a little bit different in that my weight loss has been more about loving myself. Um, as kind of corny as that sounds. Um, but the last 2 years, I've learned how to love Barbara. And part of loving Barbara is being really good to this amazing body that I believe um, the divine God created. And so my journey's been a little bit different. It's been more about just being as good to myself as I possibly can. And the stuff that I eat is the same that Lulu eats in that it's that's what I choose. And I just do it a little bit differently than she does, and everybody has to find the way that works for them. But the biggest thing, the biggest thing for me is I cut out all sugar and white flour kind of things, and I recognize that food is such a social, emotional, it's just so multifactorial. The way we eat and what we use food for
Yep.
is so multifactorial, and it has incredible layers in it. I was a very emotional eater. So if I was happy, if I was sad, if I was upset, if I was lonely, hey, instant gratification, stuff it in there. And now I stop and say, whoa, wait a minute, is this good for me? And for me, being at 70 pounds less, this feels so fantastic. I don't ever want to go back to where I was. And that's what keeps me going, is that at 70, I feel the best I've ever felt in my entire life. And there's no guilt associated with what I'm putting in my mouth. And so I had to, change your thoughts, change your life. I had to change my thoughts about how I thought about food. So it's been a process for me. It's been a little bit different. And it's beautiful. And nothing that I'm missing am I going to get from that ice cream. I'm not going to get anything from that. And I really don't want to go back to where I was.
No.
So
Like I said, it's like a shade gets drawn and you're just in the dark. It's like all the stuff that just brings me joy no longer matter as much, because now I'm going to go get my joy from a bag of potato chips. You know what I mean? That's just how I work. And I've seen it enough. I've seen it. I'm 64 years old. I've seen it play out many, many times. I don't want it to play out again. So I guess I'm just a little bit older and wiser. And at 64 years old, I feel the best I've ever felt in my life. I know I feel better today than I felt when I was 25. I know I do. I know.
start by saying it's a life change. Don't say diet. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is how I eat now.
I call it a plan. It's just what I plan every day. If I don't plan, then they say, if you fail to plan, then plan to fail. And I don't want to jump off this bus. This is a good bus to be on. I don't want to be on the struggle bus.
There's somebody here right now. Please understand that anorexia is so hard for me. I sit here at 98 pounds begging myself to eat right now. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So you need to eat the way that you need to eat the way that I need to not eat.
Yeah.
And it's the struggle for both. And I totally understand. It's kind of just like like a little twisted mind, just twisted thinking. But it's like I I say, oh, I'm going to have this, and it's everything I say would be a lie. Like, oh, I'm just going to have this once. I'm just going to have one handful of chips. I'm going to have one slice of cake. I'm going to start Monday. It's all bullshit. I'm just like lying to myself left and right. And so I've come to a space where I just know that those are lies. So none of them work. None of them work anymore. So what else is there to say other than, oh, you're going to eat this, and then you're going to eat 500 of them, and then you're going to put your 100 pounds back on again. That's what's going to happen. Oh, okay, I think I'll have it. Yeah, when you know the truth, and you can really speak it and say it and feel it and know it, then you're less likely to make that mistake again. I've made the mistake way too many times with those lies I've told myself, and I'm kind of all set with that for now, because this life is too good. I feel good. I feel like $1,000,000. I feel very agile. I feel very lots of energy, and I don't want to put that fire out, So yes, this book club will help people who need to change their thoughts about anything, even food. I'm telling you, this will help. This is everything. I didn't even read. You just, if you go on Amazon and find this book, sometimes it will say peek inside this book. If you peek inside the book, usually all the peek inside the book things show the table of contents of a book. Just go read all these 81 topics. Just read them to see what you're up for. I just shouted out a few of them, but there's just so many, and they do have to do with the way that we think about anything that's disturbing us and disturbing our peace. And for some, it's food. For me, it was always about food until it's not anymore.
Bike Mom says, I walk, so I like to listen to audio and found Dr. Dyer reading his book on YouTube. I like books, but it's dangerous while walking. Just believe me on this.
Did you read a book while you were walking and hit a tree? Is that what you did? Or did you trip and fall? Oh my goodness. Oh gosh.
And there's another hint in here from Gabrielle about the only diet is very powerful. So there's kind of some another person sharing on this. It's such a tough topic, and I think we could both speak hours and days on food and food choices and all that kind of stuff.
Hey, maybe
so,
someday we'll do a live.
Yeah.
All about food.
Yeah. Let's see. Breath work and affirmations, absolutely. Let's see. Personality of addiction. I have 27 years of sobriety and never want to go back to that way of life. 60 now, still struggle with food, nicotine, and caffeine. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I got the
ex-smoker.
Yeah, I call myself. I got the trifecta. I got the alcohol, the food, and the cigarettes. I'm like, I hit the trifecta. And I don't know. God spared me drugs. I was never a druggie. I mean, I used to smoke pot like probably my whole 20s. I was stoned probably every day in my 20s. But you know something? This is what I find very interesting. Not once did I say, I should quit. I'm going to quit. I got to quit smoking that. It was just like one day it almost felt like it quit me. So I don't think I was ever addicted to that. I don't think that I ever had, I just did it every day. But with alcohol, food, and cigarettes, they owned me. They owned me like for life, for decades. So, but yeah, I never got into like cocaine. It's a good thing because I would have been like the biggest druggie because I just have like an addict chemistry, I guess. I don't know.
You would have been fun as shit. Oops. Oh.
I was a fun drunk.
I bet you would have been. I bet you would have been fun.
I was not a nasty. I was a fun drunk. I was a fun drunk.
I lost 70 pounds on my journey. I stuck to it firm after my dad suddenly died a few days before retirement. I realized the stakes, and I believed I had no choice or suffer the same fate. I wanted more. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that for me, that's part of it also. You hit these older ages, and you say, "Not now, when?" I mean,
not now, when?
Yeah, we say it as far as traveling and being in our vans and stuff, but I say it as far as my physical self as well. If not now, when? This is the age that you start. Hey Lulu, glad I caught you live. You are an inspiration.
Oh, stay inspired, my friend. Stay inspired. I love it. I love it. I'm just excited about this. I'm excited to hear. I'm excited to read this more with you people, and get to know you people. I want to see your faces on the Zoom, and I'm excited. Aren't you excited, Bob?
I am excited. My heart is going out, and I really apologize. I don't know how to say your first name. Hakati? I apologize, because I would really like to know how to say it appropriately. I once weighed 250 pounds and Now I am down to 214. Good for you.
Yes.
Absolutely. Good for you. So focus on that.
Yep.
Number one, 36 pounds down. You go. Absolutely. That's fabulous. I've just seem it's like I can't get motivated to get under 200. If only I could get motivated to lose those 15 pounds. Just keep it in the day. Keep it in today. Just today. Eat to nourish yourself today, one meal at a time. Not it's don't even look at the weight. The weight, Lulu and I talk about this a lot. The weight is just an indicator that you're being really good to yourself. So think about, how do I want to be good to myself today? You know, yeah, 36, fabulous.
Very
That's
good.
absolutely fabulous. And just little tweaks here and there. You have the knowledge. I believe you have the knowledge
To lose the
already in you.
36, you know what
You've
you're gonna
lost
do.
36.
Yeah.
You have the knowledge and all that. You're in my opinion, you're fighting your old habits. You know, I had certain habits for 68 years, and I can't expect to change those habits in overnight or even in months. It takes time to change your habits. So yeah, just keep going, please. Congratulations.
Yep.
It's absolutely worth it. Push through it. Trust me, it's absolutely worth it. And just 1 pound at a time, not
Yeah.
15 pounds, 1 pound at
And
a
also
time.
remember about making a decision. Is your decision to finish your journey, or is your decision to stay stalled? If your decision is to continue your journey, then anytime you're going to sit down to eat, say, is this something that's going to serve me well
Yes.
on to my journey that I want to be on? And then, because if eating things that are going to interfere with your journey, if that's an option, it might win. For me, it's just not an option. It's not an option. So it's like not even like on the radar. It's not. I don't have to even think about it every day. It's over. It's just over. Like that party is over. The party is over. You know.
Lulu,
Yes.
don't ever lose your fire. You have a most beautiful light. Your light shines brilliantly to so many.
Oh, Diane. That Diane.
Yep.
Yay.
We
Thank
talk
you,
about
Diane.
that a lot. We talk about the light and
The light.
us
Be the light.
being the light to shine through, like being in alignment and letting the light.
Yeah.
I talk about his light shining through me to others. Let's see. Let's see. Keep it today. Another good one. Let's see. Let's see. Put on half. It's a struggle. Oh, absolutely. So you lost and put on half of it back. Absolutely. I could, yeah. Yeah. But usually put on a lot more than half.
I always put on
extra.
all of it and then some. Yeah, all the time. All the time. Oh my goodness, I'm not on that train anymore. Don't want to be.
Oh, look at this.
What?
Oh, look at this.
What?
My mom started her weight loss journey at 80, lost 80 pounds, and now at 85, she runs 10K on her treadmill every day.
No way.
Hooray.
Oh my God, I love it.
That's awesome. Let's see. So here's somebody says, I lost 60 pounds, gained it all back, tried it again 2 years later, lost 50, gained it all back. I'm at the point of what's the use? I am a happy person, but I know it's not healthy. So just here's again, my humble opinion. I used to envy those people, to be honest with you. I envied people who weren't thin and who were out on the beach in two-piece bathing suits and just felt so comfortable in their own bodies that it was fine for them. I used to envy that. So if you're happy where you're at right now, okay. I mean, I just,
As long as you feel good.
yeah.
To me, it's about how you feel.
Exactly.
I always say,
I did not feel good.
life isn't a fashion show. It's not like who really gives a hoot what my butt looks like in a jeans other than me, right? Nobody cares. Life isn't a fashion show. Is it nice to put on clothes and feel nice and look nice? Yes, especially when you feel comfortable. See, I love my clothes are comfortable because it's just feels so good. It just feels good. It feels good to be in a normal sized body. That's the most important thing. So it's like, do you feel good? That's how you know if you have more to go. Do you feel good? Do you feel good? You know?
Let's see. My mom and I watch your videos together. We love your creativity and free spirit. Have a great evening.
Oh, who's that?
That's Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. Thank you. Oh my goodness. When I think about you and your mom watching them, it just warms my heart. That's so funny.
Oh my God. I love this.
Well,
I love great humor. Hello, Lulu. Nice to see you two. Have fun with your new trip. Looking forward. And don't forget, only dead fish swim with the flow. But see, that's the fish that is swimming with the flow. We're not swimming. We're just going with the flow of life,
yes.
and stop trying to make life fit. We're accepting the things we cannot change, I think, is kind of some of that stuff.
Yeah.
I am finding old habits are creeping back in now that I am back in my sticks and bricks. I'm so glad you guys are giving me inspiration. You know what? It's a journey. It's a journey. Good for you. You got this. You
Yep.
got this, Lisa. You
Yep.
got this. And we all need help. We all need a little help along the way.
Unfortunately, what usually gets us back into old habits is usually cravings. And cravings can only occur if the actual substance is in your body. That's how I look at it. Like if I have one cigarette, even though I haven't smoked in years, I have one cigarette, I've just put nicotine in my body. In my body, I might just have one and I might not have one tomorrow or the next day, but my body, I've just kind of made a little deposit and my body's going to crave nicotine. And if I don't have it, I'm going to want it and I'm going to fight it. Same with sugar. It's the same, in my opinion, same with sugar. So just careful with the sugar. Those diets that give you those 2-point cookies and 2-point yodels and all that stuff just keeps the cravings alive. So you're always fighting cravings. See, that's the beauty of what I do. Some people think that what I do is very restrictive, but to me, it's total freedom. It's just the opposite of restriction. It's freedom. It gives me total freedom because I don't crave anything. There's nothing for me to crave. Everything that I put in my body is not like an addictive substance like sugar. Sugar's like crack. Sugar is like crack, So, just look for your sugar. I look for sugar in salad dressings. I look for sugar in a can of kidney beans. Sometimes people put sugar in that. You get pickles, there's sugar. You get, things that you didn't even imagine would even need sugar has sugar. So watch your labels. That's what's keeping your cravings alive, and that's what's making it a struggle and a fight.
Yeah, Google sugar and all the other forms, the dextrose, the maltose, the high fructose corn syrup, all those things. There's a lot of stuff. If it's in something, don't take it.
OSE. If the word ends with OSE and it's in the ingredients list, that means it's sugar, and that means it's going to. Can you hear this? This thing.
I can hear it. I don't know if they can.
There's a concert going on next door.
So let's see. Somebody lost 77 pounds just cutting out sugar and sodas.
Sugar
Absolutely.
and sodas, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's because without the sugar and soda, your body's not craving, so you're struggling less. And when you can struggle less, then you just stay on your food plan because it's not a big effort to do it because you're not doing the I don't know if you can hear that. Let me put a stop to the concert.
So there's relatively loud music. We don't know if you can hear it in here or not, but
I'm on a live.
there's a lot of music coming through the door right here. Okay, he just shut it off. So
He's like, sorry. He's singing at the top of his lungs.
Look at Chris. Chris says, when I have cravings, I watch one of your videos to avoid them.
Hi, Chris. Oh, that was bad. Do it again. No, we have to slap. Ready? Slap it. There we go. Oh. Oh.
Let's see. This person likes to watch your videos while they ride their spin bike.
Oh, good.
Janice, reading labels is definitely an eye opener. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
If the other thing I do is when I'm reading labels, if I can't pronounce it, I don't buy it. If I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
you know.
I like my ingredients list to look like a recipe, not a chemical concoction.
Not a lab. Not a lab.
Not a lab experiment.
Yep, here's another one. This perimeter of the store. That's another good
Yeah.
hint. Absolutely.
The only thing I go down the aisles for, let's see, I go down and get my cans of artichoke hearts that I like. What else do I get in the aisles? In the middle aisles. What else do we get?
In the middle aisles?
Yeah. Oh, like my rice.
Yeah.
Things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm low on power. Oh my God. Give me a minute.
She's leaving me again, folks. You know. Does the same food plan work for everyone? I think that since weight and eating is individualized, and the triggers and the multi-factors that go into it, I think that there are food plans that will work for everyone, but the person might not be able to relate to the food plan. So I don't think that one size fits all. I think that you listen to various people and find what works best for you.
Bob, excuse me, please. In order for me to put this power thing in, I have to turn off. I have to turn off the mics because I can't have both things. So I'm going to put in, because if we run out of power, we're not doing anything. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to shut these off.
Technical.
Can everybody still hear us okay? You should be able to. It's just the mics are probably better, but I think you can still hear us. But my yes? Yes. Oh, good. Okay, good. Because the I needed to put the power in. It said it was low. Oh, okay. Can you answer me something? Was it better with the mics or without? Or does it matter? Is it pretty much the same?
Oh, Lulu.
What?
Marla says that she loves my earrings. So earlier, it was Lulu, Lorraine, and I. I have an earring thing, okay? So I said to the ladies, do these earrings make my angel wings jiggle more?
And so somebody just mentioned the earrings. That's why I had to laugh, because that's what she was doing. Does this make my angel wings jingle more? These earrings? So I'm like, what are you talking about? The earrings. Oh my God.
So I went cross country 3 years ago. I went in my old life. I went cross country in an RV, and so you see all these beautiful earrings along the way, and they don't take up much space. So yeah, I have an earring fetish.
And I have an earring. I have these two pairs of earrings. One big loop and one little loop. No, one little loop and one literal loop. And I never take them out. I don't know. I love earrings like that, but I don't want to play. I just keep these in.
Here's somebody, Gail, I can relate to this. I can really relate to this, as can Lulu.
Oh.
I'm known as a weirdo because of my clean eating. I'm
Yeah.
a food addict and I cannot play around with my food.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah, people will look at me and they'll be like, that's really weird. And I'll be like, I know. Or sometimes I'll look at them and they're looking at me like I'm weird and I say, this is weird, isn't it? And I say it for them. And they're like, yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I know. Isn't it funny? And then I just keep doing it.
Oh, Teresa, she's having a so-so day and she didn't know we were live, and so it brightens and makes her happier to turn this on and see us.
Oh, hi, Teresa. Hi, Teresa.
That's
I
beautiful.
think I recognize your name from the comments.
So Loretta says it's better with the mics, but it's fine.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
Okay, good to
Thank
know. I
you.
wanted to know if it was better with the mics, but I was like, I only have one input into this iPad Pro thing.
I think that Lulu
Huh.
has helped me a lot with feeling like a weirdo with my eating. At my Florida home, I live with my daughter, and so that's a controlled environment, and we all eat that way. But most of my life I was up here, and so I had a lot of trouble eating differently than everybody else. And Lulu has taught me that. Lulu, we told the story before, but I'm going to tell it again.
I know the story.
So I invited Lulu to Thanksgiving, and it was all organic food and all that kind of stuff. And she brought her own food and in her own little container, and she sat there with us and ate. And I think that's fabulous, because I think that once we get comfortable with what we're eating and we ourselves feel what we're doing is the best thing for us, and once we get comfortable with being good to ourselves, and then we can bring our food with us. I brought my food to my nephews yesterday, yeah, you know, we went. Everybody in my family sat around, and he made lunch for everybody. And Barbara, you want anything? And I said no. And I picked up my little lunch bag and everything that I wanted to eat. My all non-organic. I mean, my non-GMO organic, all that kind of stuff. I just, ate that, and
we just know what we want to eat.
Yeah.
I just know what I want to eat. And there was nothing wrong with the food that was at Barbara's daughter's house on Thanksgiving. It's just that I eat a certain way and I like my food. So, but you know what happened that day? I sat at that table. I had the best time. I met her daughter and her daughter's husband and her three grandchildren and 7 French bulldog puppies. I mean, how can you have a bad time in a house like that? And I had a great time meeting the kids, and we had wonderful conversations about health and nutrition and supplementation and all different kinds of natural remedy with her daughter and her daughter's husband. They were really into it. It was the most rich and beautiful discussion. It doesn't matter what I was eating or what anyone else was. It just doesn't matter, It was just a beautiful, beautiful time,
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
And
My husband's family used to say, "Mind your own plate," and I really love that. It really applies to me now. It's just like, just let me eat what I'm eating, and it's not an insult. Don't take it personally.
Yeah.
It's just that's what I want to do.
in fact, I find myself sometimes when I'm at get-togethers and I bring my own food, and I know there's some people that, especially that are presenting like a hostess, the host of a party that's cooking and preparing and taking a lot of pride in everything they're making, and I will recognize that. I will look around and I'll just say, what a beautiful job you did on everything. Everything looks so nice, and how did you make that? And it's just like, just the plate you put it on, it's just nice. And it's just like, you can praise and recognize somebody's talents, you know, when they make something like that, and then just don't eat it. You know what I mean? The other people can tell them it's delicious. I was just telling them it's beautiful, and they presented it well, and it looks like it was a lot of work, and it's just beautiful. So, you know.
Hi, Tammy. Tammy's in St. Augustine. It's a beautiful evening in St. Augustine.
Yay.
Yvonne, Miss Yvonne says we are motivating her spirit. So absolutely, thank you. You're motivating us as well. So thank you. Oh, listen to this. My husband just came home and handed me a fortune cookie that read, "It's easier to resist at the beginning than at the end." Isn't that appropriate?
Yeah. Wow. Nice.
Oh, you can buy an adapter plug to get more USB plugs to your device.
Seriously? Yeah?
So let's
See,
see.
because what I have is like, where'd it go? Oh, this is the thing that has to plug in where the charger goes. So here's the charger, and this is for the microphones, and I can only put one in.
Sorry.
I want somebody to teach me. Somebody said something.
So this is probably not flowing really well for people who are watching because I'm reading this and starting to laugh and you're talking seriously to somebody. So sorry. We'll get better.
You need a USB hub to power more. Oh, I don't know what that means.
Lulu, right here. It's in black and white. Thank you.
Earrings aren't bad for you?
They're not bad for me. So
No, they're good for you.
thank you.
They're
Thank
very
you.
good for
So
you.
I can continue with my.
They make her
hearing
arms look so slim and firm.
They make my arms look firm. Let's see.
It's like, do these earrings make me look fat?
Yeah, that's why I said this. Yeah. Oh, well, Western Australia.
Ooh.
Early morning, and how lovely to start the day. Oh, sorry, it was bouncing around. How lovely to start the day watching you both having so much fun whilst dispensing some extremely good advice. I also have an earring addiction. Okay, I'm going to Australia. I gotta go meet Barb. And look at it, it's Barb W too.
Oh, Barb. Oh, yeah. I see her.
Hi, Barb.
She comments all the time, Barb.
Well, she's wise. She's Barb W.
Yeah. I'm just recognizing all these names because these are people I talk to because I read every single one, every single comment.
Oh, lost 100 pounds in 3 years. Oh, then COVID. That's okay. It's okay. You got this. You got this. Yep. Oh, we're easy to listen to and we ooze compassion. Thank you. What a nice thing to say.
You know, when somebody compliments, there's compliments, there's all kinds of compliments like, I like your earrings, and I like your hair, I like your shirt, those are beautiful compliments. But when somebody compliments your character, there's just something really, there's something really cool about that, that's what just warms my heart.
Oh, Kendra. Kendra says, I used a Lulu'ism. I had a lunch I had to go to recently. I didn't eat, but told everyone I'm here for the company and the conversation.
Oh,
well done.
Very
well
good.
Done.
Very good.
My
Nice.
diet plan is to eat half portions of what I normally eat and double vegetable portions.
There you
It
go.
works great for me because I tend to eat 2 large portions. If it's working for you, go for it.
Yeah.
Broccoli slaw, absolutely, one of my favorites.
Oh, she's the broccoli slaw
I love
queen.
broccoli slaw.
She makes the frittata.
I'm into essential oils. So am I. Absolutely. Aromatherapy, aromas, I'm learning about that as well. Absolutely. Love it.
Food is medicine.
Just started watching your vlogs a few days back. Love and appreciate your content. Thank you. I lost 190 pounds 20 years ago. It all came down to confronting my addiction to food.
Nice job. Nice job.
Lulu, from your very first video, you've inspired me in so many ways. I'm looking forward to joining Lulu's book club. You've helped me start living for my health and happiness, heart to heart.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Susan
Beautiful.
Hopkins. Hi,
Absolutely
Susan.
beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes, very beautiful.
I just say that looks good, but it's not for me.
Not hungry.
Oh, here's a cute one. I like. Do the rabbits burrow under the fencing around your garden?
Do they burrow
So do
under
the
the fence?
My interpretation. I apologize, Jess, if I'm getting it wrong. But do the rabbits get into your garden under your fences?
No. They don't burrow. There's a spot on this next to my yard in somebody else's property that's a lot of greenery and trees and weeds and everything. And I think there's a kingdom of burrowing. There's all nests and everything. They're all over there. They come over to they come over to poke around, eat my grass and stuff, you know.
Joyce's dog loves broccoli, and she shared the broccoli with her. Isn't that cool?
Oh.
Let's see.
So we're gonna have to wrap this up very soon.
Yes.
It's been 2 hours, and I have my moderator for 2 hours. That's what I was. That's what I arranged, and so we'll just maybe a couple more minutes. But as you're reading, if anything jumps out. But let me just say that I'm so grateful that you're all here. I'm so grateful that there seems to be an interest in this. When I check my emails, I will see how many we got, and I will make some decisions on, you know, if there's if there's another Zoom room I need to buy. I'm open to spending the money for it. I just don't know I don't know how it's done. Like, I don't know how it's available. I just know I just bought a year. I bought a Zoom link for a year, and it allows me to have 100 people on it. Yes, this will all be on replay. This, as soon as I exit out of this, it will post up on YouTube. I don't think the comments come right away. I think the comments take a few hours, and then all the comments. See, like, I will look forward to going back and looking at all the comments, because I didn't see. I only just saw whatever Bob read. So the name of the book right here. Here's the book. Wayne Dyer. Dr. Wayne Dyer. Change your thoughts, change your life. Living the wisdom of the Tao. And that's the book that we're studying. All the information about the book study is on this recording. That's what we know so far. And I'm just going to beg of you to be patient with us as we deal with technology. 2 senior women trying to use technology to bring us all together, being unfamiliar and doing the best we can. Because that's all we do. All of us do every day. We just all doing the best we can. No matter what we're doing the best we can. Yeah? Yes, we loved Wayne Dyer. Rest in peace. He was a fabulous speaker. Hi, Barb. No mad cyclist. Her name's Barb.
Well, all right then.
Another Barb. She's my other friend, Barb.
So you can kind of, it's not 100% true, but you can kind of tell a little bit a woman's age if her name is Barbara, because it's not really a very common name anymore.
My mother's name was Barbara. Yeah.
So thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. You've brought me and Lulu into your private, personal space, and it's an honor. It's just an honor that you're spending your time in your personal space, and that you voluntarily have us there. Thank you.
Yes.
From my heart. It's very humbling. So thank you.
Aww.
My Bob.
She's my bestest buddy. Oh,
Thank you.
good. Okay, everybody. It was wonderful to be here. Wonderful to see you all. And we'll see you some more. Bye for now. Yay.
Oh, they want to see us dance.
Oh, gosh. There's no music.
We can sing.
What are we gonna sing?
Make believe.
No, let's do it. Let's do it. Come on.
See, I put her on the spot just because I'm just so rude like that.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Love Shack, that's where it's at. Love Shack, that's where it's at. Stay away, fools, 'cause love rules at the Love Shack. Bye for now.
Bye.